Welcome, my name is Joa.
And I'm Jeremy. We are nutrition coaches and new parents. So today we are going to check out Reddit, specifically on the topic of feeding your kids, and give our thoughts on it.
And since we know that topic can get a little bit sassy, just go ahead and let us know down below if you enjoy our content.
Or if you don't, either way. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you do enjoy it.
Okay, let's dive in. I'm so excited. Okay.
All right, first one. Feeding my kids is so exhausting. Every meal is a fight. I'm so tired. Who knew the hardest part of parenting would be the never-ending meal planning and grocery shopping and cooking and kids' tantrums each time I try to get them to eat anything else besides chicken nuggets. I hate it.
Okay, so should we just dive right into that initial post? Because I have some
If you like that one.
I have some thoughts already.
First off, why is it always chicken nuggets?
That's
why
what I'm
is
thinking.
chicken nuggets the thing?
I don't know, and
I'm not saying I understand it being a thing, but why is it the thing?
it's the staple thing that
Chicken
I hear
nuggets.
people talk about is all my kid will eat is chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And two things. One is we're at the point where everyone always gripes about how my kid will only eat chicken nuggets. We need to stop introducing chicken nuggets to kids then, if it's this much of a problem.
Maybe chicken nuggets themselves are the problem.
Yeah. Stop giving them chicken nuggets. Maybe.
No, I'm saying maybe there's something up with chicken nuggets that make kids
This whole conspiracy.
not want any other food.
It's just too addicting.
Yeah. Or there's something in them.
I
We
don't
don't
know.
know what it is.
They're not even that affordable either when you compare it to giving them a potato. And I'm sure different nutrition, but it's a processed food, so it costs money. I don't understand the emphasis of feeding your kid chicken nuggets, but my first thing is if they have an addiction or they just will not eat anything other than chicken nuggets, then X chicken nuggets out of their life. I would just stop with the chicken nuggets if they can't control themselves with chicken nuggets.
Or if you are just starting your kid on food, don't even start them on chicken nuggets, because apparently that's going to be all they eat.
Yeah.
So try some other foods.
Yeah. Well, I think people complicate feeding their kids. They either do one extreme or the other. They either just give them Cheerios and chicken nuggets, and just saying, another thing keeps saying online is graham crackers. I don't know why graham crackers is a staple for babies. I digress. Or they homemade, or they make everything from scratch and they go above and beyond, and then they get burnt out because they're like, I spend an hour making this thing and my kid won't eat it. I think there's a very simple middle ground of beans and rice and avocado. That's literally what we started our kid on, is beans, rice, and avocado. It's the base for most of what we're eating. It takes no time at all, just mashing up some beans. And sometimes she loves it, sometimes she doesn't. And there you go.
It's usually part of whatever we're making for our dinner.
So it's no extra work.
It's not a lot of extra. And that's one of the things that I kind of question with the whole chicken nuggets thing is how much chicken nuggets are the parents eating?
Are they eating chicken nuggets every single night?
Yeah, whenever I
That's a
hear
lot.
people in person telling me all my kids will eat is chicken nuggets, they're not big chicken nugget eaters themselves as the parents.
So that means that they're going out of their way to cook chicken nuggets for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds exhausting.
So the end of the original post, I hate it. Comment, me too, and then the recommendations are to just let them decide what they eat on their plate, but I'm so sick of my child just eating toast and applesauce after I put so much work in a wholesome meal. It is emotionally debilitating. I get where they're going, but it doesn't go with the whole all they ever eat is chicken nuggets. But I guess for this person, substitute toast and applesauce.
Which I get that, but then okay. Two things. One, the amount of food that a toddler needs to eat is the size of their fist. So adding that much extra food to the meal that you're cooking isn't all that much work at all. To be honest, I don't even make bigger portions to the meals we eat. I literally just siphon off both of our plates and give it to our kid because it's it's just not that much food. So I'm not sure what she means when she says that she's doing all this work to create this meal if her child's a toddler. I don't know how much extra food. You don't have to make a whole nother chicken thigh or like another cup of rice. It's tablespoons of food.
You know, it might not be that it's extra work or anything.
Yeah.
It could just be that, hey, I put effort into making this meal.
Yeah.
Only for my kid to just buy it, which, you know, that doesn't feel great. But, one of the several things that I'm thinking is her mentioning, I'm just assuming her, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's true. Could be a papa.
They are mentioning the recommendation is just let them decide what to eat on their plate. Okay, but you need to understand what that recommendation is. First off, who's telling you that?
Yeah,
is this a source that you should be getting your pediatric information from? And regardless of that, what is the idea behind that? Why should you do that?
I'm also curious of what's all on the plate. Because if they're saying that all they'll eat is toast and applesauce, are you putting toast and applesauce on their plate? Because if that's their favorite foods, then obviously they're going to gravitate towards the food that they really enjoy on their plate. Now, I will say with our little one, because we have a daughter who's 15 months, I always include something she's familiar with whenever I introduce something new to her. But I typically don't introduce something new to her that we're not already eating, so it's no extra work. If she's not familiar with enchiladas, I'm not making her own enchilada that night. It's, no, we're happening to have enchiladas, and she's going to get some of it. I also will say I have some stuff that I've been making for my daughter every week for who knows how long, and she's probably only tried like 2 bites of it. And that's because I kind of follow the rule of let a kid try something like 21 times. Mm-hmm. So I've been making her baby muffins every week for who knows how long, and I have it down so good, and she still doesn't show that much interest, but I know at some point she could. And so I understand having to put effort into something and they're not interested. It's annoying. It's definitely annoying. But I think it is worth it. So if someone's doing that, I don't think they should give up on the battle. Or they shouldn't give up on the overall thing, even if every night they're not trying it.
I'm curious with some of these people posting here. Mm-hmm. When it's all they'll eat is X food, are you giving them plates without that food, with other foods? And are they just not eating that? If you do that, I'm just curious how that is kind of going. Maybe there's some other comments that mention expand a little bit.
One thing I will say that I've noticed has been working pretty well is if there's a base ingredient that I'm trying to introduce our daughter to, I will use a sauce on a familiar food and that ingredient. So if she's not very familiar with, let's say, brown rice, I know she loves peas. So I will do a sauce on the peas and the brown rice that's the same flavor to get her into eating more rice because she loves peas. So she will eat the peas and then she'll try some of the rice, and because it's a similar enough flavor, I've noticed that helps. Just basically outsmarting a toddler.
Okay. My husband and I gave up and just decided to cook meals that we love to eat and offer them to our 2 toddlers, whether they consume it or not, as long as there's one safe food, which is usually fruit.
There you go.
It's a slow process, but they learn to eat new local dishes. They still prefer pizza or cereal, though.
That is perfect. That is literally what we do. I highly recommend doing that. You're not putting any extra effort into it, and you're exposing them to new flavors, and it takes quite a few times, from my understanding. Again, I only have a 15-month-old. For them to know whether or not they actually like it. I mean, even our daughter, she was give or take with avocado when she was really little, and now that's a go-to staple. If we know we're going out to eat, get avocado, and she'll eat it.
Yeah. Well, part of what you're saying too, a lot of those nuggets of information, you and I, mostly you, got them from a book or a resource online, or usually a well-informed source, which was kind of the next comment is, I was where you were at a couple months ago. I picked up this book and started implementing their advice and made a huge difference. And it looks like the book was Helping a Child Extreme Picky Eating. It's an Amazon link, is all that's there. But picked up a book.
Yeah.
You know, do your research. That definitely helps.
That's something I think people kind of underestimate. They assume that because eating is such a natural part of being human that they don't really have to do research into it. But you do. Yeah, we've done a lot of online research. We've done a lot of book research. We have a background in nutrition, both of us certified nutrition coaches. And I actually sat down with a registered dietitian and picked their brain when it comes to kids eating, because I just wanted to have that in my pocket. And I know not everyone has that ability, but it's covered under most insurances. And a lot of states like Idaho, which is where we live, you can, if you're low income, you can actually get it for free. So
I think another thing too is that it's hard to get adults to eat certain foods. So it's not too shocking that it's hard for infants, toddlers, and just children.
Well, I will say something that I have seen happen that I don't think people are understanding is on a plate they'll have something that the kid really enjoys eating, maybe something like a chicken nugget that has more flavor and it has more salt, and they're trying to also feed the kid something like broccoli that has very little flavor. It's really hard to go from eating a chicken nugget to eating broccoli. That's
for an adult too.
Yeah.
You put chicken nuggets and broccoli in front of everyone,
no one's going for the broccoli.
that broccoli is just going to get left on the plate.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, more chicken nuggets, please.
Yeah.
Hopefully we, like you said, sparked an idea of how to improve something that you want to improve, or hey, maybe I should go research that. And, hopefully as we're talking about this, it's enjoyable to hear this stuff.